to the cloud. The lesson this week is to speak kindly to myself. I'm trying to find a way to be gentle with myself for not realizing my 19-year-old niece, who's now living with us, would hog the shower time. And I show up with, unshaven, red blacks cap on, crummy little T-shirt, and here's Susie looking all amazing and empowering, which is probably apropos since you are a life empowerment coach. Welcome back.
Thank you, John.
It's been a great week of conversations. You know what? All of our conversations are fantastic. And I appreciate you so much. Today, you want to talk about giving yourself permission to say no. And I can't wait to dive into this because that was a lot of work for me to learn that lesson. And no has just become what took me so long to get there. It's such a powerful word and an empowering word.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the pillars of self-care is the ability to not only accept people and things in your life that will empower you and not devour you, but it's being able to say no to others. It's empowering and an act of self-care. You should be able to say no without feeling guilty, selfish, shamed, or unaccomplished in any way.
And that was my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
If I say no, how am I going to be perceived? But by saying yes to everything, I became someone who was completely taken advantage of time and time and time again. And when I started asserting myself and saying no, people pushed back. And it absolutely, damn
they're used to a different thing.
Yeah, it damn near destroyed me because I didn't back up my no and say, final answer. It's just not debating. It's me or it's you. And again, like I said, it took me a long time to get there. Anyway.
Yeah, but and people take it personal when you say no, but really it's not personal.
No, it's not.
It's an act of self-preservation.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah. It's about your needs versus theirs. If they don't align, then you shouldn't feel obligated in any way to say yes. If you do, you feel defeated as well. It takes away from you, drained, disempowered, not to mention resentful towards others.
You're so right.
A half-assed job too. Like if you're saying yes to everything, you're spreading yourself so thin that you're not giving your best. You're not giving your quality.
And just what you said about feeling defeated and drained, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you are now taking on a burden and taking on a weight that drags you down even further. And why?
Yeah, but
I mean, you just have to get to a point where you just absolutely, you have to say no. You absolutely have to lay down the line and say, that is just not something I am willing to do. Period. I can't.
And society is filled with people pleasers, right? We all want to impress everybody. We all want to, have those likes on social media. We all want people to like our comments or agree with us or whatever. So it's become a place where people feel like if they say no, they'll be judged negatively. And really, it's about being true and authentic to yourself.
Yep.
That's absolutely, the path that you need to go forward in. When you say
you're exactly right. There's no award for most popular on Facebook.
Oh my God, no.
There just isn't.
And we've seen a disturbing trend of influencers dying trying to get that best shot.
Yeah.
And is that worth it? Is it worth your life to get the best shot? The best picture and get those, that sponsorship or whatever. Is it really worth it? Everyone can decide that for themselves. Exactly. But when you say no, be direct and don't apologize or even give an excuse. If it doesn't come naturally to you, then you need to start small and then move your way up. You can even start by writing the word no on a paper that you place at your work computer. Some of my clients, I have them put it on a Post-it note and stick it on their computer so that when their manager or someone asks them if they had a hard time saying no to staying late or doing extra work, for no extra compensation or whatever, just say no.
That's an interesting comment too, because there's now a law that's been passed in the province of Ontario because so many people are being taken advantage of. Well, you've got a cell phone. I need you to just do this one little thing on your time, at home. I need to interrupt your dinner with your family and your kids. And it's, the government has realized, no.
Yeah.
No. That's not acceptable. So the government has stepped in to actually say no for us. What does that tell you? No, it's okay to say no.
It is. And you know what? It's really something that's mental health. Like we said, self-preservation, but it's also, taking care of your mental health.
Oh yeah,
Because if
big
you're
time.
so stressed, and that fine line between working at home and living at home, we've often worked extra just because we're home anyway, checked our emails or whatever, just because we're at home. And we need to say no to that. No, that's right.
No, I wrote it down in big letters. No, it's so simple. We should all
It's so simple.
we should
Yeah,
all have
and
a paddle or something like this. A little, a little like a little poster with a handle on it. Just people walk by your desk. Can you? No.
no, that's perfect. Maybe we should make those and sell them.
No, no, no. We should.
So, but it won't happen overnight. I mean, if you're a people pleaser and you've been doing this all your life, obviously you're not going to be able to do it say no easily right away. But start small.
I agree.
Eventually you'll start taking your power back and feel so much better and happier. And then you'll be able to put your 100% into what you want to do, and help those who it feels good to help, not the people who take advantage of you. I mean, sometimes we can't say no. Clearly I can't tell my son no when he's hungry and I'm tired, but but you get the idea. Like, take
Sure.
care of yourself, and that's so important. And that's a big theme for this week is
But
self.
not saying no to your son when he's hungry and tired. I mean, yes, of course, you need to look after him,
Yes,
but it's the saying no to the other things that are not nearly as important as that, because they take away from those very important moments that you do need to dedicate yourself to. And I
exactly.
love what you said about the time that it takes. This, for me, has probably been a 5 to 6 year lesson plan where I am trying to train myself over and over and over again to say no and to accept that I said no and to not worry about how people are going to perceive it. It's it's so empowering, but yes, it takes time to get there. All right, a post-it note to wrap up this amazing conversation, if you would please.
I will give myself permission to say no.
Don't you all feel better after spending some time with Susie? And you're available for one-on-one coaching. You've got a plethora of articles on your website, and I believe that's the first time I've ever said plethora into a microphone. You were here to witness it. Enjoy. How do people get in touch with you, Susie?
Divaoflove.com.
Plethora. I'm very amazed.
Big words.
Every now and then I sound smart. Scary. All right. Stop recording.